All right. Well, hopefully Matt will join us here in a second. So welcome everybody to our first in-house webinar. Excited to have some people join us coming in. Really what we want to do today, we don't want to keep it too long because we know it's probably leading up to lunch hour and whatnot. But as many of you may know, and some of you may not know, HomeFit's been around since 2013, and we actually started franchising the concept back in middle of last year. And so we wanted to kind of take the time today and bring some people together. Obviously, this is recorded, so if anybody misses this today, we'll be able to watch it and go back and watch it again later. But we kind of wanted to run through an overview of what the concept of the franchise is like. So just so you know, so my name is Cody Robinson. I'm the founder of HomeFit and now the director of franchise development. I'm actually joined here with Emery McCharge as well, who is VP of operations on the side of basically all things HomeFit. And then Katie, what's your title now? Chief Training Coordinator with us as a whole. And it really helps us in the corporate level. And then as we continue to support the franchise partners, really help to kind of support, train, and kind of coach them through the recruitment process of bringing in new trainers. But this is live on Facebook right now. We couldn't get the LinkedIn Live to work. But if you have any questions, definitely feel free to drop them into the chat onto the Facebook. We'll try to answer them at the end. And then, so we'll run through it and go from there. Anything you guys want to add to it?
Nothing at the moment. I think this is an opportunity, so I'm excited for Cody to be able to share today. So it's gonna be a lot of fun and brief. We know you guys are probably hungry, so.
No, I'm excited. Yeah, but I may bring you guys in every now and then as we kind of go through these elements. So, as a whole, so HomeFit is an in-home personal training service. I mean, we definitely tend to specialize in, busy professionals, executives, entrepreneurs, their families as well. But with that being said, we can usually cover a wide range of clients and customers that need trainers to come to them, provide the equipment. I think the youngest we've ever had as a company is 13 years old. The oldest we've ever had is either 93, maybe 94 now at this point. So it's exciting to jump into it. And so, our biggest thing is we really want to provide opportunity for people to gain the freedom that they want, to have the business that they want, and to serve people at the capacity that they really would like to. So like I said, HomeFit launched in 2013. It was myself and TJ Crosby who still operates from time to time as an advisor to us. And we grow. I started recruiting other trainers and fitness professionals that, I was already close with and trusted, and just started to develop the team and provide opportunities for the in-home training. A lot of trainers tend to get stuck in, kind of a gym setting or a studio setting. And so that was a new opportunity for there. Over the years, we expanded. We went to different cities like Tampa, Austin, Cincinnati. We still have corporate locations in Huntsville, Madison, and then Nashville, Tennessee as well. And then we're headquartered in Birmingham. But really when COVID hit, at the end of the day, we were able to see how relevant the concept of HomeFit was. When gyms were closing down, when studios were closing down, people were looking out to us as alternatives to be able to maintain their fitness, to try and combat everything through the pandemic. It was a lot of benefits that come through the fact that we come to the home and provide the equipment and train them on site, and then video-based training as well. But in that moment, that was really the time that we decided to actually go ahead and restructure the business and even rebrand the business to be able to start launching franchise opportunities for people who are in that space, genuinely want to help others in the fitness realm and have their own personal brand, their own business, their own segment of HomeFit, if you will. So it was really nice kind of coming out of everything and seeing how I think most people nowadays want a piece of their own, or want to have their own business and their own structure, but may not necessarily want to go about it together. And us as a company, that's what we do, is we help each franchise partner that comes in, we help train, support, grow, and have ongoing, support as they grow their business overall. So just some, quick core values for us. We really lean into these, and from the top down, our franchise partners really, I think, lean into these hard, and their training teams as well, I think really pull on this. So number one, grow or die. To me, that's the biggest thing is being able to adapt yourself and find opportunities to develop, not just personally, but also professionally as well. Have an integrity in everything that you do. Educate yourself and others. Ability to adapt. What we do is outside of the box. So each home, our franchises go into, each scenario, each lifestyle that somebody's looking for, to be able to understand and be able to mold the delivery to them, I think is definitely key. Commit to impacting lives in a positive way, and then respect yourselves and others. Let's see. I probably need to slow myself down just a little bit. Emery, what has your experience been just since you've joined us since February of this year? Kind of what's your take on the brand as the whole? Yeah, just kind of what sticks out to you, the brand, the trainers, just the concept in general.
Yeah, the concept is fantastic, because it doesn't really matter what's going on in the world. It's basically, you name it, it's proof of that. It's pandemic proof. It's whatever. And I think having that niche where we're going to the home, being in home for the training, it gives us such an opportunity as well to build such a relationship and a rapport, with the clientele that we have. It's a lot more intimate, than it would be in a traditional setting. And I really like that aspect. I feel like, our trainers are probably more than just personal trainers. They probably are, counselors and nannies, maybe, I don't know. But I really love that aspect of it, and really just seeing people grow and develop in their training, and people that have started with us that maybe having some health issues, et cetera, and seeing them grow into the person they are. It's really cool. It's very satisfying. So I know from my standpoint, I really enjoy the helping side of things. It's really awesome. Just the difference that we're able to make. So it's been very cool to see that.
Right. No, I love it. I appreciate you sharing that for sure. And yeah, kind of case in point, like I said, it's just as things changed in this world, we became more and more relevant, and people wanted to adapt with us, and it was just exciting to roll it out. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah,
for sure. So conceptually, I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit because ultimately the bread and butter comes down to things like our internal systems, our marketing, our ability to help the franchise partners get in front of their target market and serve them to the best of the ability. Training has been around for a very long time, but to be able to deliver it at such a high level and have abilities to grow, in essence, an actual mobile company, you really have to have the internal structure, I think, to be able to do that. Most of the times you'll have like a gym setting or a studio that is a physical, tangible place, and it's you can really grow your business in that way. But if you're not skilled or not have the ability to grow those skills to get in front of the clients that you need in the area, in the zip codes that you're looking for, you definitely can struggle. And since we've definitely refined that, it just continues to prove itself time and time again. So a wide variety that ourselves corporately and then franchise partners do tend to offer, extremely flexible. It's one of the things that we do tend to really encourage our partners to do is go ahead and start growing their team of fitness professionals to have a variety of skill sets and personalities and things like that. That way it's not just one standard approach when it comes to delivery of fitness. Like I said a few minutes ago, or just a second ago, really about our systems. These are some of the partners that we leverage in order to expand our reach, our opportunity. Obviously, CRM is huge for us. We've got a great system that we use for really automating a lot of things in the front end to nurture client leads, being able to reach out to them through calls, texts in one little platform, even charge them and have that foundation to be able to do that. Email marketing, text blast, that type of thing. From the top down, we also help provide a lot of marketing materials to our franchise partners. So, ongoing like monthly social media posts, help with templates if needed for email. Let's see, flyers, things like that. We definitely have infrastructure. But again, everybody kind of approaches things a little bit differently. So we like to be able to adapt and deliver kind of on demand. So, but yeah, we have sales training, sales scripts. Another thing that we really try to help. And the reason I keep bringing up marketing is because anytime somebody starts a new business or a new concept, you're wearing a lot of hats out of the gate. And so what we really try to do is take off as much pressure as possible and try to help support. So, and again, being a mobile company, something like SEO, having your own landing page that we build for you, and then be able to help you identify and drive in your automations for lead capture, I think is huge. And then website support, and then even job postings. Again, I think the biggest trigger that allowed us to move forward in the actual franchise concept was the ability to actually grow a team. I think a lot of our competitors tend to kind of isolate the ability of the franchise partner to them as the sole owner operator, which is fine. But like for us, the team approach is really where that freedom comes, where the expansion of reach is enhanced, and the ability to just deliver on a more frequent basis to more and more people. Anything you guys want to add to any of these systems that we use, or anything that you feel kind of gives us a leg up compared to some competitors?
Yeah, I mean, everything you said basically. I mean, it all gives us a leg up. But I think you said it well, Cody. You said it well.
What about you, Katie? Any comment?
Oh, I just going back to, the whole team thing, it's just like, coming into the business and different things. It's like you have the support system instead of just going out and trying to figure out how to do this on your own. Like we're here to support every aspect of it. And that's just huge in today's world.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We definitely love what we do, which is exciting. Let's see. Let's run through a couple of frequently asked questions, and then we'll kind of see if anybody needs any feedback from there. And obviously, we're always happy to extend the opportunity to have more conversations about this for anyone that's interested. Myself, Emery, Matt, or even Katie is happy to talk to you about it. One thing people ask, so out of the gate, and we still really lean probably even heavier towards an owner operator model at the moment, really for people who are passionate about the fitness space, really want to be that. If they're not the head trainer, then at least really it's something that it's a world that they've been a part of, whether personally or have been a trainer before. But then, past that, the desire to actually have their own team and to be able to help grow and support the development of all that and that reach. But with that all being said, so we do tend to lean hard towards owner operator, but semi-absentee is an option. So if you're somebody who potentially is maybe an investor or wants to, really front the money and gain a return, hopefully quickly from what we've seen time over time, but have your own franchise training manager, then that's definitely an option for you. And so what we do, we come in, we actually hands-on train your training manager of how to operate all the systems, the recruitment, the day-to-day, all those concepts of it. So that is an option for anybody looking to invest. Do I need to have personal training experience? You don't have to necessarily have experience out of the gate. We have a couple of partners that, again, have been in the space for a long time, one being a Marine, one being actually a previous client of some of ours. Actually, Matt, our CEO, she was a direct client of ours and was just passionate about fitness, got her certification, joined our franchise partnership as our very first franchise, and immediately was impacting lives within just a matter of weeks. At her location down in Fairhope. It's exciting. Territory, we usually look at 50,000 population. So obviously that will vary. Sometimes it can be a single zip code approximately. It might be a couple of zip codes, like bordering each other. There's options for multi-territory, but one of the biggest things that we found over the years that if you get too spread out geographically, it's just really hard to navigate. You're fighting a lot of traffic. You're fighting a lot of just you're losing time to be able to serve people because you might have to drive 45 minutes one way, 45 minutes back. So where if you can really consolidate, your territory into that, that smaller location, that's what we feel and has continued to see works better and better. Let's say, but if you are looking at multi-territory, we do actually offer, discount options. Let's see. So do you help with hiring trainers? Yeah, a lot of times out of the gate, we help. We always want to help you get set up, like your job postings. Katie's done a phenomenal job with developing the onboarding process for our trainers, and we're here to help our franchise partners to adopt that. We have really good online platforms. Katie, is there anything you want to add to on this as far as the onboarding process? What you've seen has been beneficial, I think, to us across the board.
Yeah, I can add a little bit. So just, when we're going through, when you start out, I go through the different resumes and stuff and send them over to, I'm sending over top-notch people. I'm not going to send you somebody who doesn't have any background in training in general, but then even going back to like the initial onboarding, that's huge. It shows your trainers exactly, what their day-to-day is going to look like, how that's going to be connected, into us as HomeFit and just building the team and just being on that same wavelength.
Yeah, it's awesome. We've got a really good training process on on all that across the board as well. But let's see, what kind of support do we have from initial training after the initial training is complete? So yeah, so once someone goes through the entire process for us, as far as from FDD reception to meet the team, to validation, and then all the way down to the point of where we actually get to the awarding part, and you get your franchise. So we schedule a 2-day in-person meeting, usually in Birmingham, which we go through the entire operations manual, tangible, but then also we have it very well displayed on an online platform to be able to access whenever. So we go through as much detail as possible from there, and then we actually have an 8-step process that really is kind of the whole launch process, from establishing your LLC or your business structure if you haven't done that already, to getting plugged into the systems, getting trained onto the systems, and then moving on from there, preparing sales, marketing, recruitment of your own team, and training and onboarding your own team before you even launch. And before, we had it as a 90-day process, but now we changed it to an 8-step because some people like to move a lot faster than others. Our most recent franchise partner really launched in about a 3 to 4 week time span, moved extremely quickly. We have others that may want to take their time and really get kind of a solid foundation under them, even more so before they launch. We do have veterans discounts for sure in regards to that. And then, do you assist in the ramp up of the HomeFit franchise? Yeah, I mean, we're here. We even have we establish weekly meetings to help each franchise partner with the metrics that they want to achieve and that they want to hit. They want to hit. We usually do that for about a 6-month process, and then may taper back to bi-monthly or each quarter, having those meetings. So yeah, I guess the last overview of this really of kind of what we're looking at. Again, we can dive deep into this, but at a later time. But initial investment for us, people like to really kind of see what it looks like to have your own franchise. We've tried to keep this as low as possible, especially since you don't have a physical location you're having to deal with, like a gym. Equipment is pretty minimal for what you need, including the fact that a lot of our clients have entire gyms at their house at this point. We just have to show up to train them, which is good. So initial free, typically $30,000 to get started there. And the rest of this, from what you might project for the first year of total investment, including the franchise fee, is usually might be anywhere between $71,000 up to $140,000. The reason it gets higher on the upper end, that's if you're actually wanting to bring in employees or a training manager or people to really help you. So that takes into consideration their salaries. But for the overall capacity, this is about what you're going to see. Royalties. So we have a 5-month delay starting after training, to give you plenty of time to get ramped up, started, revenue growing. Again, you don't really have much overhead or any type of facility you have to establish or set up. So you really can get started at a pretty rapid pace, which to me, to all of us, I think is a good advantage. So you can start kind of reclaiming your investment a lot sooner than others that may take months to build out and get established. So, but anyway, after the 150 days, the 5-month post training, we have a 6% royalty on that, 2% gross revenue for brand development. Again, a lot of the marketing capacities that components that we build for their ongoing for each person. Also the housing of the website, landing page, all those good things. And then we have tech fees as well for our internal structures that we help from there. Let's see. Katie, are y'all seeing any questions coming through on Facebook at all?
No, there isn't yet. There's 2 people watching though.
Yeah, it's good. I love it. And there's probably more watching. And we'll go back and post this again on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and then on Facebook. It'll still be there. So yeah, I mean, I think the last thing for us, a lot of people ask, what does it look like to get started or even to explore it? Most of the time people will reach out to us. We want to know really what you're looking for. Gives us the opportunity to get to understand, your vision, what the next phase of your life might be, and how you might want to pour into it. See if it's a mutual good fit potentially for each person. If it is at that point, we'll take a separate, follow-up informational call, dive much deeper, usually about 60 to 90 minutes, to really pull back the layers of what it takes to have, your own HomeFit franchise. Then we'll go through like a territory application. Obviously, we'll submit and send over the franchise disclosure document, which is the big document we have to share with everyone to really see what it looks like to have your own. Then we'll do the follow-ups, really kind of hone in territory at that point if things are still on track. Validation or meet the team, which is another separate Zoom that we're about to start doing now. We're bringing, you get to meet and spend time with Katie, Emery, myself, and then Matt, who's our CEO of the whole gamut. And then from there, if everything looks good, we typically move on forward from signing of the actual franchise agreement, and then set up your training, and then follow up with the 8-step process. So it happens pretty quick. We're excited at this point. I think we're about to narrow down our newest franchise partner. Looks like it's going to be in Vestavia, which is a suburb of Birmingham. So anybody in the Birmingham area that's looking for and interested in potentially their pocket, definitely feel free to let us know. Obviously, we still operate there corporately, but at the end of the day, our long-term vision is to eventually get it to where we are spending a lot of our time focusing on supporting our franchise partners and just growing the whole thing across the board on that regard. So yeah, let's see. So hopefully that was informative. I know it was a lot of rapid conversation for me, just really for the sake of time, trying to squeeze it in, and I'm long-winded. You guys, you have anything you want to add to or take away?
Well, I think you did great, Cody. But I think with this franchise in particular, the barrier to entry being so low and the launch time being so rapid, I think those are two huge aspects of our franchise that definitely you want to highlight. So, and like I said, you hit on those, but those are the two things that come to mind for me. If I was a possible franchisee prospect, I would be looking at those, and we have that in spades. You know what I mean? We can do that well. So that's really it. I think I would add.
No, sounds good. I'm trying to think through of any. So I know one of our franchise broker partners that we was recently speaking with, who's had other concepts like similar to HomeFit, but anyway. I think one of the issues that she brought up and was curious of how we combat it is, let's say you start your own HomeFit franchise and then grow your own team. What's the ability to kind of really keep trainers from running off with in-house clients. And I think we have such an infrastructure of I tell them twofold. We have such an infrastructure that we can really keep a good pulse of what's going on with all the clients, with our schedule tracking and just communication that we tend to have with the trainers as well. And then also, I think from the capacity of our fitness professionals that work, as like the trainers in the actual service team on the ground, we really just try to take a lot of pressure off of them from a business side of things. There's the passions are so driven by really connecting with clients and really providing that service, and the fact that we take off so much and we try to do our best to drive new opportunity and new client leads, and then really build that internal culture, which again I think Katie has been, and Emery now has been extremely pivotal in helping to establish our corporate structure, and we really try to push that to our franchise partners as well. So I think that collaborative is a big thing. Are there any other major questions that you've seen that people have asked you, Emery, as far as might be good to know? Something similar to that, as far as I know, our training pay across the board, that's set by the franchise partners, but we do tend to pay across the board as far as above national average. What else did you have?
I think that's definitely a huge one. Also, sometimes they'll ask if you can be a semi-absentee owner, which you kind of touched on that a little bit, right. Which of course it's totally possible as well. It's great. It's a very nimble franchise in that respect.
Awesome. I love it. Well, good deal. Katie, anything else or no?
I would just say, just how connected everybody is, within the company, maybe thinking about, like starting your own franchise, like, you think about like how scary that might be in that adventure. But obviously with all the things that we have, all the protocols that we follow, like we're here to guide you along the way. And so it's not just like, okay, thanks for your money, have a great day. It's just, we're here for the long run to see you guys be successful in it. So.
Well said.
I love it. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I guess last thing I'll say, and then this will be the takeaway from this is, I mean, we're excited. You know, we're continuing to grow. The franchise partners that we've foundationally have been able to grow this with has been exciting. A lot of good feedback and ways to adapt. And if interested at all, definitely feel free to reach out to us directly. We're still offering some potential opportunities for discounted franchise fee through the end of the year. We definitely would love to, yeah, really award a couple more by the end of this year. So any interest at all, reach out. We'll have conversations and see if we might be a good fit for you, and vice versa. And yeah, I guess that's all I got for today.
You did great. Thank you, Cody.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate your time, and I'm sure we'll talk to most of y'all soon.